Hey guys. So, as I was filming video for this weekend, I realized that even as I was talking about how to survive the AI apocalypse, I hadn't yet gone into the fundamentals of intelligence explosion and overall technological singularity, which is a big part of the danger of the entire AI scenario because that runaway story is really how the AIs go off until they're this overwhelming power. So today's video is literally just going to be an excerpt from my previous video, which I'm relabeling as all about AI part 5. So this will now be about AI part 4. And if you've already seen that video, no need to rewatch this. I'm keeping that segment in the video. But if you just wanted to see this one portion, I figured I'd put it out there. Enjoy.
Ah. People speaking about the singularity generally fall into one of three major schools of thought, or might be speaking about some accumulation thereof, all of which and any of which may be independently true or may be true in any combination, but all lead to the same end result of the singularity event horizon. The first school of thought is simply that technology doesn't follow a linear curve of advancement. The advances that we've seen in technology in the last couple of decades far outweigh the advances that had been made in the past several hundred years before that, perhaps even more. So any prediction that we try to make based on the recent advancements in technology are going to fall well short. Almost always, the technology is going to advance more quickly than we expected. And so we have to really overestimate what we think is going to be happening with technology to even get a good clue, or at minimum, use predictions based on a model which is exponential or at least quadratic, some curve that, if we're off by a little bit one way or the other, the changes will be drastic in how far technology goes. So our model really is only good for the next couple of years, and likely anything beyond that is speculative at best. The second school of thought within the singularity is more of an observation, which states that to accurately predict how a mind is going to respond to a situation, you must be at least as smart as the being whose moves you're trying to predict. I can fairly easily observe a dog for a while and figure out how they'll respond to a given situation, more or less, and I can convince a little kid to take a nap. But if you set me down in front of a chess grandmaster and tell me to predict how they're going to react to moves even one or two steps ahead, I don't know, because they're thinking on a completely different level than I am. Similarly, any superhuman artificial intelligence is going to respond to scenarios in ways which we can't accurately predict. Once again, any kind of model or prediction which we make on what happens once we surpass human level computing is speculative. So, we reach the third school of thought, which has its own name, called the intelligence explosion. The intelligence explosion is centered around this thought that if it's possible to create a being of greater intelligence than oneself, then that being, by extension, should be able to further create a being more intelligent than itself. It would be the height of narcissism to believe that we are the smartest beings possible in the universe, although some people do believe this. So naturally, it comes that a greater being will eventually appear, even if it's just an accident. How quickly do you think that a computer will be able to recreate the accident which we made to create it, given the extra speed and focus that computers have compared to us? And if this growth of intelligence is not just a linear addition of more intelligence, but a percentage change, then we're going to see an explosive growth. Per definition, it would be exponential in the increase in intelligence until, as with all things in the singularity, the intelligence is advancing much faster than we are able to predict, to follow, until our models fail us. I'd love to hear what you think. And as always, if you enjoyed video, like, subscribe, and as always, see ya.